So I'm sure if you are just waking up and checking price, you are very happy with what you see in terms of ADA, because we're seeing this take place once again. ADA has separated from the crypto market. It's doing its own thing, even up 7% at the time of filming this video. And now it's a question of, will this in fact continue as the day progresses? Want to bring you guys up to speed on just a couple things that we need to pay close attention to. We did surge to a new all-time high in terms of this certain metric. This is very important to know. And I want to look at ADA compared to some other things in the market right now that are looking very good. And we're going to discuss all that and more. Do want to let you guys know something that I did here as well. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yeah, these days for ADA have been a lot of fun. They have been very technically sound. And what I mean by that, as we keep talking about these liquidity ranges, these zones for ADA, and you guys can see each one of these daily candles has basically started and stopped right at the edge of these zones. Okay, if we look 3 days ago, back on Tuesday, we can see that we stopped right at about 84 cents. Right at the edge of our zone, like we talked about. Yesterday's candle ran from 84 cents to 90 cents, right at the edge of our zone, like we talked about. Now we sit almost dead center in ADA's widest zone that it has, between 90 cents to $1.08 or to $1.08. And what you need to know about this is ADA's thinnest liquidity zone. This is the zone that ADA can in fact move the fastest. And what that means is we could traverse this entire zone even as the day progresses. We could see ADA drop down to 90 cents, run up to $1.08, or vice versa. Obviously, I'd prefer things to be up to $1.08, but right now we need to see obviously some confidence from ADA still. We need to see the rest of the crypto market follow, because obviously if the rest of the crypto market is shitting the bed today, that's not going to be good for a sustained pump in terms of ADA. Regardless, we've done some really exciting things here. First of all, ADA actually broke $1 for the first time since all the way back in March. That is a very, very good sign here. It's gotten very lively. We've obviously seen ADA actually move all the way up to, it was above a $35 billion asset, flipped Tron. That's a very exciting thing. Actually coming off of $4.6 billion in trading volume. That is awesome. And we did in fact see ADA move all the way up to the #1 trending asset in crypto, like we were talking about yesterday. I said we'd probably be #1 or #2. And this is really exciting because BTC actually set a new all-time high yesterday. ADA didn't care. It just continued to run and run and run. And that's even despite BTC pulling back and erasing a lot of those gains. So BTC's new all-time high is up at 124,501. And ADA is obviously trying to kind of do its own thing here. Now, why is ADA moving? I'm sure some people have questions about. Sometimes you get assets that they just get so compressed in certain ranges, and there's so much energy and so much buying taking place, and shorts are so confident that you're so confident that you just end up getting this just explosion out of certain ranges. And that's exactly what ADA did. We've seen this take place before. If you guys remember, this is exactly how this started back here in the early part of July. It led ADA to do some incredible things. It started a much bigger rally, and I'm hoping that that's the case right here. But we have had a few things fill in that people just need to be aware of here. So first of all, I'm just going to mention this. ADA is actually surging to almost the March highs in terms of search volume. That's awesome. Love to see that taking place right now as we're trying to get retail more engaged, as we're trying to get people to obviously enter the crypto market. And maybe that happens right here. Maybe it doesn't, but I cannot complain about what ADA is doing from an optics standpoint. Now, that being said, what I will say is we did have a surge 25% in terms of open interest over the last 24 hours. So despite the short leverage liquidations taking place during that time, shorts have kind of doubled down here. So we've surged to $1.88 billion worth of open interest, which is a new high. And you guys can see that there is still, despite this huge, massive run, we'll call it a big, massive run that we're on in terms of ADA, we're still at a 6% imbalance to the short side. So they're basically saying, nope, we're going to try to stop this thing. We're going to try to stop this thing, and we're going to try to push the prices down. And, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but this is where we're at right now, guys. This is the ADA liquidation heat map on the 3-day. So there is hundreds of millions of dollars worth of longs that are trying to push price up, and there are hundreds of millions of dollars of shorts that are trying to push things down very, very hard. And you guys can see that, the edge of these zones, for example, on the long side, comes all the way down to about 93 cents. So that's a price that, frankly, we could hit very easily. And again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. Just understand that I would expect a very volatile day ahead for us, especially depending on what the rest of the crypto market decides to do. But That's something we need to be aware of. But if things get hot and start running, you could very easily see ADA break past $1 again today and go on some pretty big runs. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing here in just a moment. But yeah, BTC needs maybe a little bit of a retest here on that longer term trend and then just a bounce and send. And that'd be really good for the market. Would love to see, obviously, Ethereum set a new all-time high here as well. Now that has taken me to this point. So this is what I did. I had that ADA long open. I did in fact close that ADA long. I took profit on it, just so you guys are aware. Closed it actually up 452%. And what my plan was here and is here is I wanted to just mitigate some of my risks. So basically I opened up a new long immediately. That's down 22%. I thought about waiting, but I'm like, if this position gets liquidated to the downside, that's money I would have lost anyway. So I don't care, but I want to make sure I have something here just in case the market decides to get a second win basically today and starts to go on a bit of a run. So that's kind of what I did. And again, if you guys want to check out BTCC or Margex, there are referral links in the description below. You can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. So feel free to check that out if you guys would like. But yeah, what we're doing right now is very good. Had another massive day in terms of institutional money on the Ethereum side. BTC side still being kind of quiet right now. ETH is very much the focus. And, that from a longer term pump perspective, that's a very promising sign. So we'll see where things head as the day progresses. Appreciate you guys as always. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think we're going to push past $1 here? Are we going to come back down and retest this 90-cent range like we discussed? But have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.